Hiya! And welcome to an episode of Jabba in the Hut. Where do we start, eh? It's international break, everybody's happy, it's Friday, it's the weekend, it's 10 o'clock at night. I'm having a wee jack before I go to bed. Yep, that's right, I'm 42. So at the end of the day, I want to go to bed at a decent time, and I want to wake up at a decent time. That's just my thing. Unless I'm with friends, then I'm up to maybe 5 o'clock in the morning. You know who you are. Anyway, let's talk about Celtic. Because what else are we going to talk about, eh? The big news is coming. It's nearly coming out. It's not out yet, but it will be out. That maybe, possibly, don't know, Wilfred Nancy will become the new Celtic manager. Now, let's get one thing straight. The board, or certain members of the board, maybe one, maybe one or two and a half, are in London right now. And they are interviewing for candidates. Now, for me, I automatically think that the candidates that they went into London for, I think they're just away doing for just a wee merriment, you know what I mean, down in London. They're like, oh, how you doing, Martin O'Neill? What are you up to and that? Like, you alright to stay on for a wee bit longer? Aye, alright, cool, no worries. Oh, by the way, we're talking to this other guy called Wilfred Nancy, by the way. We're kind of thinking about getting him in. Would you be alright with that? Martin O'Neill was like, aye, of course, you know, like, I'm fucking 73 and I just want to get to my bed at a decent time. Sounds familiar? Anyway, so what I'm talking about is that we're doing in London, we're interviewing candidates, and the main three candidates were obviously Wilfred Nancy, Kieran McKenna, and Knutson. Now, here we go. Here's my opinion on this. I think Wilfred is a shoe-in. I think he is. Wilfred Nancy is an absolute shoe-in. I didn't think so before, but the more I've kind of done research on him, and the more I've kind of watched like everybody's podcast and stole their ideas, it's kind of got to this point where I'm saying it myself, I'm like, aye, he's probably the guy. Because his stats are not too bad, right? But he's not got like amazing invincible fucking records or anything like that, but he's done well at the teams that he's been at. I mean, he's done well at Montreal, he's done well at Columbus Crew, he's just done well, and a lot of people say, oh, well, the MLS isn't in comparison with the Scottish League. Excuse me, the Scottish League is absolute fucking rubbish, alright? Let's get that down to a T, right? But, no disrespect, if you're comparing MLS to the Scottish League, then yeah, there is a little bit of a difference there. Because, you know, in the MLS, they don't mind playing football against each other, I don't think. Whereas, like in the Scottish game, you've only really got two teams to play against, maybe three if you're counting Hearts in this season. But the thing is, you are really only playing against three teams in this Scottish League. And those three teams, right, are obviously Celtic, Rangers, and Hearts, right now, at this point. But then, you've got teams that come to your stadium and just sit 11 men behind the ball and just hope for a draw. So at the end of the day, I think he could probably do alright in the Scottish League, to be honest. Let's be real about this, right? Now, what I think happened with these candidates and negotiations that happened is the board have went up and they've went, oh, hello, Knudsen, how you doing? How are you? How are you enjoying Norway? Norway's really good. I like it there, and I also like the fact that I get player revenues. Oh, is that you? Hold on, you get a percentage of every transfer that comes into the club and out of the club. Is that what you're saying? Because you've developed them and because you've made them play for you and they believe in you and all that jive. Aye, that's right. All right, cheers. Thanks for coming. Thanks for coming to London. You know, even though this is a Zoom call and you're still at Bodo Glint, And you're no fucking bothered about this anyway, aren't you? Are you? No. Right, alright, bye. See you later. Thanks for your time. Then comes in Kieran McKenna. Right? Kieran McKenna goes like this. Hello, I'm Kieran McKenna. I'm Irish. Oh, you sound good. I like the cut of your jib. I like the cut of your jib. How are you doing, son? Are you alright? Would you like to come to Celtic? Oh, I'd love to come to Celtic. I really, really would. I would honestly. It would be so good. It would be so good for my career. It's European football, possible Champions League every season. You know, it's just one of these things where I just love it. And obviously, I love the Celtic Rangers games. They're just great, aren't they? Like, they're just great. Aye, they are. Aye. How would you feel about signing up in the middle of this season? You know, it's I would love that. All right, cool. Well, listen. How much is it going to cost for us to get you your contract to Ipswich? Oh, I don't know, maybe 5-6 million. Ha, bye. And then you've got to think about it this way: Kieran McKenna would come in the middle of the season and want a brand new team. Now, the possibilities of that going fucking shit are probably 80% plausible. You know what I mean? Like 80% doing really good, maybe 20% bad. It's one of those things where it can go either way, I think. You know what I mean? Like, I know 80% is more than 20%. I get that, right? But sometimes you just feel like that 20% is just going to fuck you up. You know what I mean? Like, it's just going to hit you, and then you're just like, damn it. You know what I mean? Like, we paid all that money, and he's a dud. You know what I mean? So, plus you don't want to ruin his career. I just don't think he's ready for this move yet. If he wanted to make the move and then obviously use it as a stepping stone, which apparently, you know, most people are saying these days that Celtic is, then yeah, I would probably say that's what he would do. But the main thing is I think maybe one day that could happen, but just not right now. I think the board would just not fancy it at all because they're penny pinching and they love money in their bank instead of trying to make the team better. Anyway, so yeah, that would probably be the conversation with Kieran McKenna. Then we got Wilfred Nancy. Brilliant guy, I think this is a manager that has got experience. Okay, MLS, not probably the best league in the world, but you know, it gets noticed. You know, it's not like it's crap or anything like that. It's not like there's fully crap players. There's some players in there that are generally really, really good. It's just that everybody just watches it to see Messi and Busquets or Biscuits and Suarez and stuff like that. Just players like that. So listen, no disrespect to the American League, none at all. So then, when you look at his stats and you see that he's went into teams who haven't been blessed with brilliant players and he's made them better, it makes me kind of feel like he's got that Ange Postecoglou kind of mindset, which to me I don't think is particularly bad. You know, he likes attacking football, he likes to get the ball in the box, and he also can work with what he's got. Now, to me, I think that's probably the best thing, because he'll come in. That's what Ange did. Ange came in and he absolutely just went, right, I need him, I need him. Go and get him. And they did. They went and got him. Because at the end of the day, they wanted to build Ange's team. I think they'll do the same with Nancy, but unfortunately, because he's coming in halfway through the season, we need to find a transfer market that is going to supply us with players so that he can build his team. The problem with Kieran McKenna and Knutson is if you're going to get the players from those leagues that they know and manage in, then you're going to have to kind of go, right, well, we need to pay 12 million for that player for the Championship, 5 million for that player for League One, all that kind of thing with Kieran McKenna. The same with Knutson. Sorry, it just cut out there. So what I'm saying is, before with Knudsen and Kieran McKenna, you need to basically go over the odds and pay money to get these championship players in, because that's what they know. And Knudsen is kind of the same. Knudsen is like, I'd need to, I want these players in. Whereas I think with Nancy, at least he's coming from a league that's basically coming to the end, and it's fully fit players that just want to highlight their careers or get into the career again, and I think are just like start their careers in a different league. And I think it's a league that is probably full of players that just want a chance. And you've seen a lot of Scottish players go over there and play, so we've got a lot of knowledge over there. You know, we've got a lot of people that we can contact and say, look, what's happening here? We really want to like sign you and all that kind of thing. And they can tell us a little bit about them, because at the end of the day, I don't personally watch a lot of MLS football. I don't. It's never been my thing. I usually go between Premier League, Serie A, Bundesliga, or, you know, Scotland, obviously. And that's when I'm just watching Celtic. So, yeah, I think this guy has got experience with going into teams and making them better, and then only really adding a few players here and there. And I think the board really like that. And again, it's like what I say, the board are penny pinchers. They don't want to spend over the means if it's not going to work. And that's what I think they hate the most. If they spend a lot of money and it doesn't work, then it looks bad on them, doesn't it? So that's what I think. They want kind of a sure, safe kind of bet that this guy's going to come in and they're going to give him some players, and then we're going to start sailing into the second half of the season and possibly win the league. So that's why I think this Nancy is a shoo-in, absolute shoo-in. I didn't think he would be, maybe about a couple of weeks earlier, but now that I've actually done some research into his teams and what he does, he's probably the best bet, to be honest. He really it's mental to say this, but it is. We're taking a massive gamble again, just like we did Ange Postecoglou, but we've seen how that worked. For me, if this guy comes in, I'm totally behind him. I'm absolutely 95% behind him. There's my 80% to 20% ratio again, you know what I mean? So anyway, listen, that on a final note, Scotland for the weekend, eh? Alright. Celtic get this Nancy guy in, fair enough, let's support him, let's keep going. But what we're going to have is we are going to have Scotland winning against Greece, right? And then all you need to do is win against Denmark, and then that's us, we're qualified. And then that'll be a great weekend. And then Nancy will come in and will be like, look, listen, I'm coming and I'm bringing all these players with me. It's going to be great. Alright, anyway, remember, doing something means everything. Take care of yourselves this weekend if you're out watching the Scotland game. Don't get too drunk, just be civil and all that kind of thing. And enjoy the Scotland game. Alright, I know it might be a shite result, but at the end of the day, hopefully it's no. Alright, fingers crossed. I'll see you later, alright, and be good to each other. Bye.